Hi guys, and welcome to a wrap-up type of video. So this one's a readathon wrap-up. So for those of you who are new, my name is Christine. Thanks for checking out my video, and for those of you who have already subscribed, thanks for sticking around. So, okay, so I'm trying to find it. There's a readathon that I participated in, just very low-key. I got the prompts, and then when I read a book, I would check to see if they fulfilled a prompt. This particular readathon, I'm coming right up on it, here we go, lasted through, as of filming this, it goes on through the 14th. So August 1st through August 14th. Today is the 8th of August, and I've already completed it. So I thought I'd go ahead and do this wrap-up. So this particular readathon is called the Summer Mixtape Readathon. I found this readathon on, I'm blanking on her name, I think it's Luann. Hang on, let me double check because I am like really blanking and I don't want to say it wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna pull up, I know the channel is Literary Diversions, so let me just scroll to it. I've got a lot of channels I've been checking out recently, so let me scroll. Okay, KL Literary Diversions. Leanne. I knew I was saying that wrong. I was like, Luann does not sound wrong. It's Leanne. I am so sorry. She is I love her description on her YouTube channel. I'll link that in the description box. I'm Leanne, booktuber, illustrator, small business owner, mental health advocate, stationery nerd, love a good stationery, kitchen witch, tea lover, and queer she, her. That's the description. She just creates videos, etc. So, yeah, her videos just make me smile. And she tends to be able to make me laugh. Not many people can do that. So the Summer Mixtape-a-thon again lasted from August 1st to August 14th. There were there's a total of 9 prompts. I did not do the non-reading prompts. I guess I kind of did. So we'll just go over them, and let's just start with prompt number 1, and I'll tell you what I read and what I rated it. For those of you who want nothing to do with Harry Potter, just a heads up, the books I'm going to talk about are not Harry Potter, but they deal with the Harry Potter world. They are movie scrapbooks. So, and I've had them for years. So, and I mean years, since they came out. Let's see, like 2018 was the first one, and then they just kind of came out, I think, like every year since then. So some of them are kind of new, but I love that world, so it makes me happy. And it's one of my special interests, and you just can't turn off a special interest. Believe me, I've tried because I felt guilty about being an adult that loves that world. But I'm still learning with being autistic and being diagnosed at 36. I'm now 38, so it's been 2 years. I'm still learning to accept certain things. I just can't turn off a special interest. It's always there. I love it. So, yeah. Anyway, that aside, so let's go ahead and get into the prompts. I'll tell you what I read. If I can give you a little bit of a description, I will. But I don't want this video to be super, super long, so I'm going to try and keep it very brief. And plus, there's really not much of a description I can do for a movie scrapbook because it is what it is. Okay, so prompt number 1 is, here comes the sun. Read a book with nature on the cover. So for that one, I did Hogwarts. As you can see, there are trees on the cover. So it's a movie scrapbook, and this one was just all about the world of Hogwarts specifically. It talked about the houses, the founding fathers, or people. It talks about the current head of house. So there's a little bit about like Rowena Ravenclaw, Helga Hufflepuff, etc. It talks about some of the teachers, so like Gilderoy Lockhart, things like that. Herbology, herbology, however you want to say it. They're, you know, just different stuff and screenshots from the movie. School activities. This one's particularly about in the Chamber of Secrets where they did the dueling club. What was interesting is Phineas Flitwick, they first had him look, let me find the page, because I did find this really interesting, and I noticed and I always wondered. So in, let me see if I can even find a picture, but in like the first movie, Professor Flitwick is an old man. And then in the rest of the movies, he is, so there's Flitwick from the first movie. In the rest of the movies, you can't really see, but he is a young man with black hair. Played by the exact same character, and he even plays, I found out that the same actor that played Flitwick plays Grip Hook in the later movies. So, interesting stuff to learn about. Anyway, so I gave that 5 stars just because it's just really fun. So, and I want to read more movie scrapbooks. I would love to collect them. I wish Jurassic Park franchise did movie scrapbooks, because I'd be all over that and wanting those. Okay, prompt number 2 is blame it on the weatherman. Read an unseasonal read. So we're in summer, and I happen to have a movie scrapbook that is Christmas at Hogwarts. So it's all about Christmas. Most of this book talks about like the Yule Ball. Which is in the Goblet of Fire. So a lot of this is about that, and things like that. So yeah, there's just quite a bit of this is from the Yule Ball. Not all of it, but quite a bit of it, because that's the biggest Christmas experience at Hogwarts that we get to see. And then of course there's the costumes, so of what they looked like dancing. You also have parts during a Christmas season where they have the Slug Club, when Slughorn comes back to Hogwarts because Snape is now over Defense Against the Dark Arts. So gave this 5 stars. It's just fun. These have little like pockets where they have kind of like cards that you can pull stuff out. Sometimes there's letters that are glued into the pages, or like this, you know, which is, as you can see, it has a snitch and then it's just kind of glued in there. I did go in through and remove the page that had stickers, because I love stickers and I am definitely going to use the stickers. So yeah, gave that 5 stars. It's just fun. Okay, the next prompt is Cake by the Ocean. Read a book involving food or a spicy book. So this one I did Moti on the Water. I have unhauled this. I don't remember how I came across this book or how it came into my possession. Oh, Moti on the Water is by Layla Attar. I will say I really loved the writing of this. A lot of it made me laugh, but I ended up giving it 0 stars because I felt like I couldn't fairly rate it. This would count as the spicy, because there were some a little bit of explicit sex in it. There are books that I've read that had a lot more explicit sex than this one did, but it did have the sex, and I personally just don't like reading that. It's just not something I want in the books that I read, so I have unhauled it because of that. If that sex wasn't in there, this would have been like a 4.75, but with that being in there, I didn't really know what to rate it. And I just felt like I couldn't fairly do so. So 0 stars just because of that. In this one, we're following Moti. Her cousin Isabel is getting married and they go on a yacht, so it takes place on an ocean. And there's a lot of emphasis on food. There's the Chef Alexandros, or Chef Alex, and he basically has this magic touch with food. And you have thoughts and emotions that you have eating his food that you wouldn't have eating like from a fast food joint or other places. And it's a lot of the power that food can have over you, and people have different experiences eating the same thing because it brings up different memories from their childhood and past, and things like that. So food is a big part of this. And it was really cool to read. And there's some things that were talked about in the book as far as food goes that I was like, dang, I wish I was on that yacht so I could experience what Chef Alex is cooking, because it sounded good. But yeah, anyway, so food was a fairly decent big part of that. Okay, prompt number 4 is we're going to Ibiza. I know I'm saying that wrong. It says read a book set in another country. Well, we're back to the this world. So this one is all about Diagon Alley, and of course this takes place in like Scotland or at least some part in England. I know that Scotland is a part of this, and it probably just was like some filming stuff. I can't remember exactly, but you know, we got the Marauders map and some little flippy thingies with interesting facts. Or not the Marauders map. This is of Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade. Can't remember this one exactly. Anyway, I think Owl's Emporium. This is definitely a map of Diagon Alley. You got the Flourishing Blots, excuse me, Ollivanders. So it's all about where this takes place definitely in a different country than where I live, which is the United States. This definitely counted. And the good thing about these movie scrapbooks, one, they're interesting, two, they're fun because there's a lot of pictures, there's not a lot of reading. Some pages where there's very little reading, but each of these movie scrapbooks is like 47 pages, so it's very easy to fly through and complete these prompts. So there you go. Okay, let's see. The next reading prompt is Mixtape. Pick a book based on your favorite bop. I don't really have a favorite bop that comes to mind, or it's just free choice. So I just took this one as free choice, and I put in My Kind of Forever by Tracy Brogan, and I gave that one 4 stars. This one is what would be considered, in my opinion, a fairly clean romance. There's no sex in it. When the sex does come up, it's a fade to black. So that's the extent of that. Sometimes there is a little bit of innuendo, but it's really not that bad in this. My Kind of Forever is the second book in the Trill and Bay series, and this one we're following the oldest sister of the Callahan family, and her name is Brooke. She develops feelings for this new guy on the town named Leo, and of course, with it being a romance, you know, there's the attraction, there's build up, and then there's miscommunication and things like that. And of course, like most romances, there is resolution on certain things. So yeah, pretty standard romance formula, except this one is all fade to black with just a couple of innuendos in it. Like the most explicit thing in this one is Brooke mentioning that she wanted to squeeze a part of Leo with her vajayjay. So trying to keep it clean with her vagina. So that's the most explicit part in that book. So I mean, yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I'm absolutely loving the series. I'm currently reading the 3rd one, which follows the little sister. The first one follows the middle child. So anyway, okay, so prompt, now we're into the non-reading prompts. So number 6 is summertime. Read a book in a sunny spot and capture your setup. So they're still reading, but I don't really have a sunny spot that I claim or have a setup. I just generally read on my bed or in a chair in the front room or wherever, pretty standard. But I don't want to do the whole capture your setup. That's just my thing. I just struggle with that. And getting a lot of negativity, like, oh, that's boring. So I'm just afraid of that. But that's a me thing. Number 7, the seaside. Take some self-care time. Well, reading can be a self-care time. Cross-stitching, in my opinion, can, because it's relaxing and it helps take my mind off of any pain I'm having, at least a little bit. So for me, that's good. So I've been doing a lot of cross-stitching. Taking a nice warm or cool shower, there's your self-care. So whatever you want to label for self-care, there you go. Prompt number 8 is Summer of '69. Share a summer throwback picture or memory of your ideal dream summertime. I just passed that. I have a picture of me at the Utah Hogle Zoo, where I'm like wiping my mouth after a good drink of water. I don't know how old I am in this, but the fountain that I got the water from is shaped like a lion, and so you're literally sticking your head in a lion's mouth. I don't know where that picture is, so I couldn't do that. Okay, and then the last prompt is summer nights. Watch your favorite film set in summer or a warm place. And I didn't do that because I'm on a booktube kick and watching a lot of booktube and trying to catch up on things like that. So, and part of it too is I can sit and watch like a little booktube clip to like maybe a 45-minute to an hour long booktube video, or I've been watching a lot of CSI or cooking shows on Hulu, so I can do that. But to sit and watch an hour and a half or a 2-hour video is kind of hard to do right now with working and being in the same position. I've just got to move around a lot, so I just haven't done that. But yeah, so that is the summer mixtape readathon. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute because I remember having cassette tapes. I never had a mixtape because I wasn't cool enough for that. But I did have my own cassette tapes. I grew up with cassette tapes, so this was kind of made me think a lot about some of that stuff. So that was fun. So that is it for this video. Let me know if you've participated in this and what your favorite book during this readathon was. And that will be it. So until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.